track.
Okay, guys, thank you. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JB9 Deuce, representing JB Speak Easy, the Black platform where black men speak freely. Once again, I am your host, JB9 Deuce. This is the second show I'm doing today. First, I did one for my No Weapon podcast. Now I'm doing one for my Speakeasy. And to be honest with you guys, the Speakeasy is going to be around, but I think I'm going to start putting more focus into the No Weapon. I think God's moving my heart to go in a different direction with what I'm doing with this channel and what I would like to see. Going forward from the future will be in more involvement in my No Weapon. So, if you guys are unsure about your standing with God, or you want to know more about God, or have a place where we meet to talk about God, then, I suggest you come over to my show. But anyway, I'm looking up a clip right now, but the title of today's show, as you guys see it above me, is Anniversary of the Godfather. Anniversary of the Godfather. Now, this started, I believe, 2 days or maybe 3 days ago. There was the anniversary of a man that, when his name hit the internet, it was like an atomic bomb. It just, let this radiation of that let off on YouTube, Facebook, and all these places, of a legacy that brought a lot of people imitating and speaking about his content or similar content to his. Granted, he is not the first one to talk about this type of stuff, nor is he the last to talk about this, nor was he the beginning of these conversations being had. But it has been it's been spiraling profusely out of control of how many content creators have emulated this man's work, emulated this man's style, and has emulated many of the talking points that this man has presented. This man is known, I saved this part for last, this man is known for getting into it or causing we'll just say discrepancies with black women, some of them about different things I, rather stay away from, but he decided to take a baseball bat to it. Like, he talked about black women's weight and black women's hair and stuff like that. Now, full disclosure for me, I don't care about stuff. Like my girl tell you right now, I love her hair in any style that she wear it. You feel me? Natural is always a good way to go. That's a suggestion. But if she want to wear braids, hair, whatever, I'm cool with that too. Shout out to my baby. Love her. This content creator has also spoke about what men need to do as well, about getting our bag up, but he didn't say it like that. He was just saying self-improvement, become a high-value man. There you go, a hint towards who I'm talking about. And in case most people have not figured out who I'm talking about, I am talking about a Mr. Kevin Samuels. I know everybody remembers that name, Kevin Samuels. And to be honest with you, it seemed like a lot of his material was shock jock type material, because I'm like outrageous, because I know in real life I don't think he would just go say to a woman, what some of the stuff, what would he say? What I hear, you gonna die alone. Like, I don't believe he was just running up on women saying that, And what I also looked at while finding clips to do in this show, I'm gonna play a few clips. This is just a small little shout out to him, because any black man that passes away, here's a disclosure to me, explanation to me. Any black man who had a business or did they come up a respectable black business where they weren't didn't have to do some crooked stuff to get on, I respect them and I take time, especially if they died. I never really did it. I didn't have a show out at the time that it happened when he happened with him. But I just want to do this little shout out to Kevin Samuels. Everybody was doing an anniversary. I just want to do an anniversary show as well. And I have a few clips. Warning, this is Kevin Samuels material. This is warning Kevin Samuels material. I am not either going pro or con on everything, but I can say Some stuff I agree with Kevin Samuels, other things I disagreed. And if we have enough time, I'll get into both. But here's a clip just to give you guys a little bit of a background on Kevin Samuels. I'll let you, or a flashback for those that were either offended or supported. But here's a Kevin Samuels moment. He's talking about this woman who picked butt kickers and felons. Let's see what's good with it.
If I asked your husband why y'all divorced, what would he tell me?
Domestic violence.
Okay. How often did you beat his ass?
No, I'm the victim. And I'm okay with it. I thank God I got out alive.
And how long you been divorced?
Oof.
If I asked your husband why y'all divorced, what would he tell me?
Domestic violence.
Okay. How often did you beat his ass?
No, I'm the victim. And I'm okay with it. I thank God I got out alive.
And how long you been divorced?
For 2 years.
How long were y'all married?
7 months.
So now hold on. I know I got a new calculator, but you got kids that are like in their 20s.
Right.
About 2 different guys, about one.
About one.
Why didn't you marry him?
The last one?
No, the one that impregnated you once or twice.
Oh, he went to jail.
Oh, so you pick ass whoopers and felons. And then you're going to complain about what other... I need you to stop right here, ma'am. I need you to slow the whole French toast down. I'm not going to let you get on here and talk about what black men are not when you pick and dudes that whoop your ass and are felons. See, I'm not going to sit around and let you black women just sit around and talk about that black men ain't here and they ain't this, they ain't that, when in your own life, you pick shit. If I asked your husband why y'all divorced, what would he tell me?
Domestic violence.
Okay.
Woo! That man was a cold dude, boy. like I said, I agree with certain things he did, but then I disagree with other things. Like the way he kind of spoke to her was kind of like I guess he's more stoic. I guess we said very serious with the way he's very austere when it comes to his points that he makes. You know what I mean? So, you know, but to be in all seriousness, I don't agree with everything. You know, he was saying. I mean, that was her situation. But we're gonna go through a few of these clips. Let's go to the next one. Oops, let's go to this one.
2 plus 2 is 4. Doesn't change the fact that 2 plus 2 is indeed 4.
Well, I do believe that 2 plus 2 is indeed.
Well, then
4.
tell me why you don't believe that 51% of black men are single and childless. Tell me why you don't believe that fact.
Okay, I live in.
I will stop right there. I'll stop right here because this is something that I am going to comment on. At first, I was going to switch it until he said something very interesting. And I don't know about what I know in the YouTube world, especially in my everyday world, this is how I kind of think, this is how I learn. I do have a lot of reverence and respect for statistics because they are a collection of different people's experiences that have been documented in the closest number possible to how many people either do or don't do a certain thing, how many people are a part of a certain thing, whether it's a demographic, race, politics, how many people are in schools, academia, everything. I think I already talked about politics. It plays a major part in monitoring people and monitoring a nation, monitoring a people, race, whatever creed you claim. Statistics usually are there to support whatever is being said about that particular demographic. So I agree with Kevin on the whole using of statistics. Now, I didn't know it till I actually looked it up. What he was saying was actually true. It says 51% of black men do not have children. And as a living, breathing example, I am one of them. So I can see how that stat, there's a lot of people like Josh that don't have children. I have a girlfriend, but I don't have children. You see what I'm saying? But I'm part of that 51% still. So, you know, this is a good topic. I'm going to see how far he goes with this because sometimes Kevin did go in a lot. So just give me a second. I'm going to play this clip again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kevin.
I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been in Atlanta for about 20 years. And there are not a lot of black men.
Did I say black men in Atlanta, ma'am?
Either.
Did I say black men in Atlanta, ma'am?
No, I'm saying
No,
black
no,
men.
no, no.
I'm
But,
saying
but,
Atlanta.
but the stat that I said, did I say Atlanta?
You did not say Atlanta. No, you did.
Okay, so do you believe it based on Atlanta?
One thing I'm going to say, though, I will say this. I will say this about Kevin Samuels. Maybe a little, sometimes the way he, because the thing is, I understand what he's saying, but I believe that there is a very congenial way to say things that can not be so triggering, I guess, but I understand what he's saying, but I'm a fair man. I'd go down the middle. He probably could have said that a little differently. But on the other hand, I understand what he's saying, that an overall statistic, he said 51% of black men do not have children. He didn't say black men in Atlanta. That's very true. And then in the stat, it does talk from a totality in the statistics. It didn't talk from a micro sense. It talked from a macro sense. So I just want to say that part. Let's go.
Or not?
I
See,
have to go where.
no, ma'am. So, ma'am. So what you need to do is because I live in Atlanta too.
Mm.
So what you're gonna need to do is tell me where you getting that 20% from.
But if from every day.
No, ma'am. Your anecdotal eyeball experience. No, man. Your anecdotal eyeball experience does not change the Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics and the CDC. See, facts are stubborn.
Okay, once again, guys, let me stop right there, and I do want to leave this here with you guys. When I talked about the stats that I look up, those are the exact. That's funny. He set the place. That's what I'm saying. I never knew Kevin Samuels, but I knew if I wanted to, when I did my research, if you want to know accurate statistics that are what's called creditable, because you can go get stats that aren't creditable. Those are the credible ones, guys. If you want to look up anything I use in the future to say, Josh, you lying, I don't believe that, it's too bad to be true, whatever, too good to be, whatever, go to U.S. Census Bureau, blackdemographics.com, and a place called Pew Research. Pew Research is under investigation for probably having some statistics that they, I guess, exaggerated on one or two people, but they're very much still creditable. But that's and one more thing, like Kevin, the way he kind of says stuff, I could kind of see why it could be triggering. You feel me? Though what he's saying is true, because I have even read it with my eyes. Truth can be given in a smoother way. Like when I was little, right? There was this medicine that was real nasty. It's called castor oil, right? This medicine tasted like liquid metal. It was the nastiest thing you ever taste. However, when you took that, whatever was wrong with you, it was gone. I'm telling you, it's gone. I had this joke. I have a joke saying, like, if you, I believe the cure to cancer, heart disease, and emphysema is all through castor oil. I'm just playing. But castor oil was good for you, but it tasted bad. Much like the truth, it may taste bad, but it does produce the fruit of improvement in people that are willing to accept it. You feel what I'm saying? Willing to, and that's just part of my opinion, some life experience, but then statistics definitely have a way of substantiating our claims. But let's go.
And things, man. You can have your opinion, and you can be as
That's
wrong
reality.
as no, it's not reality. That's your twisted reality. It's your twisted reality, but it don't matter. It's twisted because you.
Excuse me, guys. I think. My bad, guys. I kind of got out of the YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. Here you go.
Well, how about we talking about you now? Now we talk about you. Well,
all right. See, now, like I said, I'm gonna be very fair and down the middle with this show. And my people on Instagram, I think it's about to cut off, but I'm gonna try to start another one up so that because they try to cut my show and say that I can't do it past a certain time or whatever. So yeah, I wanna go ahead and finish this up. Wow. I'm actually have you guys online. I got 20 seconds, but I'm gonna start another show. But if you want to follow me, guys, and finish this conversation, please come over to Facebook. Like I said, I'm having trouble always trying to get longer shows on Instagram. It gives me a hard time for some reason, but go on and join us on Facebook. But anyway, I'm gonna play another clip of Kevin, and I'm gonna do it on my. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna do it on my. Okay. All right, guys. My bad. I was trying to download the show. But anyway, here on Facebook, I'm gonna start another show on Instagram. But here we go. Another Kevin Samuels clip. Ain't no good men left. Let's see what that's about. In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Kevin.
What do you got for me?
Well, first of all, there are a few things that I do not agree with. Now I am 45 years old.
Okay.
And you mentioned, and we're talking about divas, queens, and bosses. First of all, I grew up listening to Beyonce and Mariah Carey. That's what I consider divas. And I just think it's just a term of endearment. You know, it's something for a woman to feel empowered.
Empowered to do
about.
what?
So
empowered to do what?
It's an empowering feeling. Just, you know, just at a point where they're very confident in themselves and.
Okay.
And,
what does your husband have to say about it?
Whereas my husband, I'm divorced.
All right. So name me the white women that run around calling themselves divas. Or name me any other race of women that call themselves these things. Divas, queens, and bosses. Tell me how Asian women empower themselves. Tell me how white women empower themselves. Show me how Middle Eastern and Hispanic women empower themselves.
Okay, but why do we have to be like them though? I mean,
well, I'm asking because we're humans. Okay, you asked a question that you can't overtalk me.
How do that's only. Okay, there we go.
The girls.
Both boy and girl, 23 and.
Hold on, really quick, guys. I think it was kind of silent while I was trying to fix it all up, but I want to comment on a couple things that Kevin Samuels has said. Now, see, like this goes back to that point where I said I didn't agree with everything the brother said. One thing I don't agree with is making comparisons of first of all, white women to black women. I think that's, I don't even want to go down that kind of road because I don't agree with that. I think we're all unique in our own way, and I don't believe that there should be this weird competition on that. But on this women's business thing, I always respect any woman that has their own business, any kind of career. Like my girl, she got her, she's working on her health degree and everything dealing with. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Medical, all that kind of stuff. I respect women that got something going. My mother worked in the hospital for 11 years as a nurse, or a nurse's, I think a nursing assistant too, or something to that degree. I know my cousin, she started a cleaning business. I remember my other girl, she started, I think, some kind of private practice for her, like being a therapist, or she's trying to go for therapy, something to that degree. So I respect women that got their own thing going. You feel me? And I'm not going to make light of their business, whether or not I like that particular trade or what particular subject or whatever they have. But we're going to go ahead and play some more of this. Again, guys, also, if you guys are on Instagram, can you guys please show me how to transfer YouTube into my StreamYard account, because this is kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating. But anyway, I'm gonna get back into the Kevin Samuels. Go ahead, guys, real quick.
And 24.
Okay, but when they were 5 or 8 years old, remember those years? They could have been in charge of making up their bed. Does that make them bosses?
Yeah, bosses of their own domain.
Are you trying to be are you really trying to be serious? Man, honestly, man, but if that's how we're going to go with it, then this conversation really is kind of pointless. If you're going to tell me a 5 and an 8 year old is a boss of something, then that goes into the delusion factor.
Okay. All right. Touche.
See, far too many black women want to be right, man.
Women on my show,
and you just won't even, when something's wrong, you'll still try to find a way to be right.
But I am compromising. We're meeting in the middle. But I just.
Okay, well, meet in the middle. Meet me in the middle. How does calling yourself a diva, a queen, or a boss facilitate?
So you just make the deal. Attraction's nothing.
Okay, see, again, I'll try one more time, and I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
Well, let's just take it your way. Yes. Attraction. You're supposed to be the attraction.
Yeah, see, here we go. I'm gonna stop right here. Kevin Samuels, and I think I'll just stop right here. I believe Kevin Samuels had every good intention of, I guess, trying to better the black community, or to try to basically put us in a better position as far as how we communicate with each other as black men and black women. But I would like to say some of the things that how he said things could have been said a lot better. You know what I mean? Delivery in a lot of ways is everything. So, when you deliver such a message and it's a triggering message, you can understand why people can be upset. You know what I mean? Why people would be upset with your content, especially the way it comes off. You get what I'm saying? But I do believe Kevin did have a care concern with the black community. And that, we can always see the type of person I could always get something positive out of. Dang, why is it doing that? My bad, y'all. This cord. I'm supposed to be charging. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna leave it with this. Kevin Samuels is no doubt was a triggering individual. I will not lie about that. He was an older man who seemed like, he meant well for the black community, but maybe some of his tactics probably were a little, if not old school, then a little bit harsh to the average ear. See, I have had to learn this while doing content creating that, sometimes even though you mean well and you mean for people to understand your point one way, it could be taken another. And sometimes the way you say things you didn't think about it in the moment because you thought it was quite clear what you said. But then some people, some people can't take it. You know what I mean? And so I just would like to say, you know, when it came to the whole Kevin Samuels thing, I believe, yeah, like I said, he could have did a lot of things different. But however, there's some things that are just real conversation people need to have because they need to have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, excuse me, guys, real quick. I'm trying to get people to come in here. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get this streaming key. Gotcha. All right. Let's see. Streaming key right here. All right, guys, I'm gonna also put a link in the description in case anybody wants to talk to me. Again, guys, I would like to hear what people have to say about this topic. You know, I really would want everybody that is one of my friends to go ahead and come on right now. I'm doing the Kevin Samuels tribute, not necessarily tribute, because I wasn't the biggest fan of him. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan. That's why I want to play some of the clips, because I heard a lot of stuff that he would say that would be offensive to people, you know, but I'll only see clips here and there. You know, it might come through my algorithm once or twice a week. So I didn't really know a lot about Kevin Samuels, but I just knew that I knew he was, you know, he had a lot of triggering content, you know. And that's the way life goes. Like, you're not gonna agree with everything you hear. Some things is gonna, you know, trigger you, but you got to still keep some kind of decorum together, especially if you're debating and be like, okay, I don't like what was said, but let me wait till my turn to talk. You feel me? And I'll put out there, you know what I'm saying, with the parts where I disagree. You know what I mean? And I believe sometimes the way he may have, you know, have displayed his message or came across could be triggering to the average person. And I do believe that if you plan to give a message to anybody, it should be with the intent of getting that message across in the best way possible so that you don't offend people, but that people can learn from your material. And I believe that may have been a little bit of his issue, was the fact that he spoke, the way he spoke to people, obviously was a turnoff for a lot of people. And we have to understand that, like I said, being a content creator, you can offend people and not even mean it. I've done it to people that I care about. You know, I thought I made a clear statement. I thought that it was quite clear, but then I didn't take into account maybe the way I said it could have been triggering, you know. But for those that are easily triggered, I now ask you a question. Even if you're triggered, even if you're angered, even if you disagree or want to agree to disagree, can we always set the standard of, is what I said right? Is what I said wrong? Or if we're uncertain, then maybe we should go back and have a conversation again until we come to a clarity of one or the other. Is what I said truthful or a lie? Should be the qualifying factors as to why when I hear something, am I triggered? Because I'm the type of person, now this is me differently. Can't expect everybody to be like me, but I don't get triggered by the truth. Even if I'm guilty of something, it may hit me like damn, it may hit me at first, but I'm saying, if it's true, I need to whatever that affects me. If it's true, I need to change. If somebody knows it's something that I'm doing wrong, I take it to account and try to say, you know what, maybe I could do that differently. It may make me mad at the moment. Not mad, but it make me like, what? But before I get upset, I will always think to myself, before I get mad, because people have their perception of us, and sometimes we have perception of ourselves, and we always have to do a self-check. And we're better than the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the Bible. Like, a lot of people, there's scriptures I read before that made me feel like, oh, dang, I'm guilty of that. It felt bad, or I didn't know this was a sin, or upset that I have to now quit. But the truth of the matter is, if I value the Bible to be in the inspired word of God, that is the truth that tells us how to live day to day, it will do me no good to be mad at the message that the Lord wants to send my way by saying, well, that's triggering. The truth is triggering. That's why they killed Jesus. The truth can be triggering. But then it also comes to a point where then we must ask, just because something's triggering, is it true? And it's the same question I'll ask along with the Kevin Samuels thing. Is what he's saying true? Now, I will not want to get into the depths of his content because of who was offended by his content. And, you know, sometimes it was so much hatred for this. That's what I want to make this show mostly about. The hatred that this man supposedly spewed. The hatred that this man supposedly spewed. And I didn't see much hatred in this man and what he talked, but I did hear how he would say it could come off that way. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to, let me see. I'm gonna put the link out. And I pray that somebody can help me. Yeah, I said pray. I pray somebody can help me understand how to transfer what I'm doing in Instagram into YouTube. I mean, into StreamYard. I'm having trouble doing that. I don't understand why, you know, it just won't let me do it. Just won't let me post the shows. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Here I am back on Instagram. But let's have this talk about Kevin Samuels' death. Now, see, I understand he triggered a lot of people. I understand a lot of people were offended by some of the things he said. But I also look at it from both sides. Some of those ladies that would call in were very rude, very obnoxious, and very incontinent to the point where even I would have been blowing my head off after somebody like, look, shut up, let me talk. Feel me? And I don't like to get in that mode where I have to get upset. So I'm not that type to like to get that way. Feel me? When I have a conversation with somebody that gets that way, I try to, if I can't prove my point, like, you know what, we need to end this immediately. You feel me? And I think that's what he should have done more of rather than go back and forth. That's my critique of him. But then let's get on to some of the women that came on his show. They were acting up. Then none of these were just little girls not being rude. Some of these women were rude to him, calling him gay and this type of stuff. But what is my point today? My point isn't to talk about the arguments he had with others. My point today is to talk about my point of view of him, and hopefully other people would like to come on. When it comes to Kevin Samuels, the biggest issue that I had with when he died was how people celebrated he died. There's a few couple homegirls, not just one. There's a couple homegirls that I had that we used to talk about like different topics of men and women, you know, the gender war thing. And they brought up Kevin Samuels before. I didn't bring him up. They brought him up, and I was like, well, some stuff he says it seems it's right. Some things he says is the way he said it could have been better or wrong. I agree with that. However, I will never excuse someone talking about a dead man because of what he said. There's enemies of mine that if they died right now, as grimy as they were, I don't have to like them, but I daggone sure ain't gonna talk about him either, because there's something called an honor code, and the honor isn't for the other person. It's just the man who stands on what he stands on. I stand on not disparaging the name of a man because I disagreed with him. I saw a lot of ladies and a lot of men talk bad about this man after he died, and every man that did that, I lost respect for. Like, there was a couple of content creators on YouTube that I have a lot of respect and love for. But when I saw what they did to celebrate Kevin Samuels' death, I said, we celebrating dead men now? Has America and the black community become so sick that we feel when somebody we disagree with dies, we have to celebrate their death? Death is permanent. And y'all know I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and I believe in God. And when we leave here, we have to give a judgment to him one day. And to think about being glad that somebody that may or may not have been saved is gone, somebody that we admire, death is very serious. You get what I'm saying? Death is a very serious thing. So to make light of it, something so permanent, and so, because when people die, they're not coming back. We all know somebody we love, somebody that died. But these people aren't coming back, y'all. They're not. So when anybody departs, I always have this sense of respect just for it was a human life that was taken. You get what I'm saying? So what is my point? My point is I was very disgusted with like a lot of people dealt with Kevin Samuels' death. There was a lot of people celebrating his death. Now, here's my thing. He didn't, and nothing I seen him do warranted that. You get what I'm saying? Warranting him being celebrated that he was dead. Like that just, to me, that's classist. That's disgusting in a lot of ways. You get what I'm saying? Disgusting in a lot of ways. Anyway, I've sent some people the link if they would like to come on. I sent the link, the StreamYard link, which leads into my show, to discuss Kevin Samuels. Is it right or is it wrong to disparage this man? And I did this as the entering, and I did this as basically the day of, because I think the other day was the anniversary of his death or something like that. So I just wanted to give I just want to give a dedication to him. So if anybody's on Instagram, anybody's on Facebook, please come on. Let's have the discussion if you want to. If not, I'll shut this down, and we'll start another show tomorrow. But I gotta stop saying but this is the thing. Right now, I'm going to give people one more chance to come up because I really want to discuss other people's viewpoint. I gave mine. I think he could have said a lot of stuff better, but a lot of stuff that he said, I believed, had a lot of truth to it. And truth inevitably hurts. So, people that get hurt by stuff will be offended by the person that hurt them rather than is what they're saying true. And if it's not true, then I should debate him on the strength and the merit of what he's saying, not just I don't like what he's saying, so he deserves to die. Like, you know what I mean? That's messed up. And that's pretty much what I was hearing people saying on Facebook. Like, he deserved to die. I'm like, nobody deserved to die, especially not for their words. Not something that they said that you could have. Because here's the thing. Your phone could swipe right, could swipe left. You could turn your daggone channel and not listen to him. That's a good way to handle that, doesn't it? Rather than wishing for someone to die. But anyway, I put the link in the description. The way to come to talk to me, you have to come up on Facebook. Yet I have not discovered how to make it come through Instagram. Yeah, I'm trying to get it on Instagram, but Instagram is more tedious, as I said. All right, I'm not going to be on here forever, guys. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm live now. So, yeah. Anybody wants to come up, talk to me about the today's subject is about the anniversary of the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. Like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but I daggone sure didn't hate him either. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think that it was healthy for women to hate him in any way. You know what I'm saying? Because he talked about men too. It wasn't just the women. He talked about men too. And, he gave his opinion. And remember, at the end of the day, a lot of them called in. If you didn't want to get talked to a certain way or get talked to him, you probably shouldn't have called the show, especially when you see night after night how this transpired. Anyway, if nobody wants to come up, then I'll just end this show. This is my second show today anyway. I'll just go ahead and end this show. In fact, I'm going to go on Instagram and I'm going to give a small show. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shut this show down right now. Thank you guys. It's JB Speakeasy, the Black platform, Black men speak freely. Once again, I think this is going to be probably one of the last times I talk about worldly topics, and then I'm just going to get back into strictly biblical topics. But thank you for joining me on my show.